Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. God bless you. Thanks for patronizing my channel. My name is Pastor Yemi Omogboyega. Please, okay, I want to talk on um, Afe Babalola versus Dele Farotimi again, just as an update. Afe Babalola versus Dele Farotimi. I titled this one um, the confidence or the overconfidence of Goliath. The overconfidence of Goliath. First of all, let me appreciate you all for subscribing to my channel. I really thank you indeed and appreciate you for your comments. Together, we shall move our country forward. Uh, we shall not continue to be a country where the voice of the majority is silenced. At least they can have their way, but we at least have our say. May God Almighty help to remold Nigeria for better in Yahushua's name. Um, just listen to this, please. Yeah, initially we thought it was a simple matter that common sense would prevail, and everybody has been reacting, offering suggestions, appeals, and in some other ways, everybody was interested in a peaceful and amicable settlement of whatever is happening between our Baba, Afe Babalola, and Dele Farotimi, his son. Um, I'm happy that we are able to see similar case from the US. The ABC, the excuse me, please. The ABC News that was sued by Donald Trump for defamation, the same defamation that Afe Babalola is suing Dele Farotimi for in Nigeria. And it's so interesting that, you know, in the US, Donald Trump, I don't know whether defamation is also criminalized in the US, but at least he went for the civil option. And in Nigeria, we are told that there is the criminal aspect, the criminal defamation aspect of defamation. You can sue in uh, as a criminal matter, or you can also sue as a civil matter. And Baba Afe Babalola opted to adopt the former, that is, suing in a criminal capacity. That is, it becomes a matter of the state versus, even though it's Afe Babalola, but the intention is actually to obtain punishment as the kind of maximum punishment. That's my own reading of Baba's mind, and not necessarily to make money or to seek for damages in terms of financial reward. That's understandable. However, we have also, developments have shown that in Lagos, the criminal aspect of defamation has been removed from their books, and the jurisdiction where Dele Farotimi actually committed the so called offense was in Lagos, though the recipient or the affected person resides in Ekiti State. So, in the first place, the criminal aspect, this matter, if it were to be held in Lagos, the criminal aspect might not avail Baba because that is exactly what he wanted. And it's unclear also whether this criminal aspect of it has been removed from Lagos, but I doubt from Ekiti. I doubt it. If it has been removed, there should have been no basis for Baba to adopt that method, even in Ekiti. And having opted for Ekiti, another issue that came up is the issue of, apart from jurisdiction, is the issue of the manner in which the accused, we use the word accused now, was taken away from Lagos in a manner that did not follow the rule of law, and that taking somebody from Lagos, whisking him to Ekiti without even reporting to the police commands in Lagos, neither did they report to any magistrate um, court to examine the offense before he was whisked away. And also, secondly, the idea that the court applied what we call a kangaroo approach by saying they tried to serve Dele Farotimi and he was nowhere to be found or something, or he was not being able to be served, then that brought about another issue because Dele Farotimi had been so smart as to have called a press conference much earlier, that he was aware that some people were trailing him for purpose of kidnapping him to wherever, and then eventually it turned out to be that way. That again uh, is another violation of Dele Farotimi's fundamental human rights. And then from there, and so on and so forth, and all these things has continued to grow, and many developments have come. And thereafter, in order to still drive the matter home, the gentleman was placed in a prison yard. The magistrate court was holding its own case. The high court was holding its own case. And then the bail matter was going on, and so on and so forth. And at the same time, what is important is that this man has been taken to custody, and processes were going on that. Then we were talking of the criminal and civil aspects of the matter. Now, let's look at what has happened so far and what has been developing. Or let me quickly compare it to that which happened in the US. Donald Trump was allegedly defamed and he went to court on a civil path and he got justice. And ABC News was to pay 50 million US dollars and to tender an apology. This is the most civilized way. It depends on the intention of the litigant anyway. This is the most civilized way. We wouldn't say that the criminal aspect is not civilized, not too, because it's still the same law. But the question we will ask is the law itself uh, existing in Nigeria? It has been further proved now that Nigeria is signatory to the human rights, whatever, of the West Africa as well as UN or something, and haven't been signatory to laws. Those laws have been overridden by those two signatories, which means no state in Nigeria ordinary by implication is supposed to be applying criminal justice in matter of defamation anymore. Though these matters are still in some states in their states' laws, but whereby the federal law or what the nation has is signatory to or treaty that the nation is signatory to conflicts with uh, the local laws, then the federal laws ought to prevail. So, in other words, no matter how we look at it, this matter ought not to go to the court in a criminal way. So, it's supposed to be civil matter. Now, nobody is saying that Baba Afe Babalola does not have the right to redeem his image if it is tarnished. Nobody. It is only the mode we are saying. The mode is is adopting is the mode of punishing the person. Not necessarily, like I said, all you can get is remedies, apologies, and then in civil rights. But in this one, you can get the remedies of, you know, being in prison and some other remedies, and then tendering the apologies, and at the same time paying fines. So he opted um, for the criminal side, which, as I said earlier, if the laws were to be strictly applied, has conflicted with the international laws that Nigeria is signatory to, thereby making the criminal jurisdiction uh, unnecessary by any court in Nigeria. So now, uh, Donald Trump has got justice. ABC has got justice. This is what all of us are clamoring for here, unless there is something that is beneath, you know, the intention of Baba Afe Babalola, because both of them will have the same effect, whether it is in civil matter that Dele Farotimi is adjudged guilty and is asked to retract and apologize and so on and so forth, and pay fines, or in the criminal aspect that is the same thing, has to get the same thing, then, the image of Baba, if dented truly, only the court can pronounce that, would have been remedied. But to go on with the criminal aspect and at the same time go further to say everything about Dele Faroti must be killed, uh, crushed, and destroyed, even including his life, because we're just hearing now that uh, there's a rumor that attempts are even being made to. It was alleged that uh, attempts were being made, you know, to use extrajudicial means to affect negatively the life of the Farotimi. If that also happens, that means that Nigeria is nothing but a, a jungle, a jungle. And I think that in a civilized society, all that we needed to do is to follow the rule of law where everybody is equal and allow the court to pronounce as they seem fit and what the law is. And that being uh, the situation, all of us would have been comfortable. For instance, I've never been against somebody going to court, and but the right to fair hearing should be granted to the accused, but whereby we apply the rule of the thumb instead of the rule of the law. That is what gives concern. And nobody has ever passed the comment to say that Baba, Baba's image should be dented, or that Baba should not act, or Baba has no right to sue Dele Farotimi. No, no reasonable, right-thinking person will say so. The law is there to adjudge where the right of one person stops and where the right of the other begins. So it's unfortunate that we're having what we're having. Let me just say once again, if only this message could get to Baba. You see, what we are saying, you are the elders, and you are the ones that are teaching us forgiveness. When matters get to the most difficult aspect in life, it is elders that will resolve it. And most of the time, elders don't apply the law, they apply common sense, and they bring about peaceful resolution of matters, not the idea of one person dying in the process. May I again appeal to Baba, as I have done in my first and second videos, that Baba, you are bigger and more than this, and let peace reign. Pursue your right in a civil manner, and then let the court grant you what you know you deserve to restore your honor that you allege to have been tainted. So, in this way, why not just be content with pursuing daily Farotimi in this matter in a civil way instead of criminal way? And it's also unthinkable of that Baba would want Dele Farotimi to become non-existent on the surface of the earth by demanding that his books not be sold. Yes, you have the right to say don't sell it here for now, all right, until the matter is determined. Then two, to say that Dele Farotimi should be derobed from role of the enrollment of the Supreme Court as a lawyer in Nigeria, even as a retiree, because he has already retired. What would he have committed that will make him to be derobed in matters like this? I think this is extremely too far. Let the milk of human kindness come upon your heart. Let tamper justice with mercy over this matter by slowing down. Yoruba will say, to quarrel is not to wish the other person dead. Kaja bi kaku ko. I mean, what is going to be left of Dele Farotimi, when all these things are in place? Now, assuming that he is even adjudged to have defamed your honorable self at the end of the day, will sending him to the grave be the uh, reward? Will that be the reward that will please you as a father? Let us reflect. Please, once more, consider humanity, consider forgiveness, consider love. In the multitude of our sins, God still forgives us. How about us? Christ taught us, love your neighbor as yourself. If the young made a mistake, killing that child is not the appropriate solution. Then when is he going to have remorse? That is that about that. Then if all these calls are of no avail, then everything will be left in the hands of God. We should remember how much Goliath boasted before David. before David, and we knew what ended the whole story. This story, Daddy, you can redeem your image without necessarily killing Dele Farotimi. It doesn't profit you anything. You have your own children. You wouldn't want any situation where something will happen to them, even after you have left this world that will, you know, no, 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 no. Daddy, there's still room. Remember what happened to Goliath. Because as we are saying all these things, events are emerging. We have had two sides of the lawyers in this matter. A lawyer from your chamber said that yes, Dele Farotimi may have gotten it wrong, this and that. The court of law is still where you are to get justice on this matter. And then another one came up to say that he was the one that actually settled the matter of the electors with the state government, and they gave an alternative land to the family, and the matter has been settled. You are aware of this, even though you were not aware of the settlement, and the family that uh, was alleged to have contacted you did not deem it fit to let you know what happened. And the lawyer said he took it upon himself to visit you. We all hear all these things. So why not allow these events to unfold? Nobody, you are our Baba in the legal profession. Nobody can predict except for, you know, bearing the heavy influence that you have to influence whatever is happening in this matter. Bearing that influence, nobody can really predict how a matter will end. It is the beginning of a case that everybody knows, not until the court pronounces. What if at the end of the day, the court says that Dele Farotimi did not defame you? His books will be restored. He will go ahead and begin to sue you in so many other areas, and many, many things will happen. Why not just take the matter that Dele Farotimi is raising as not as you as a person? It's a pity that it affected you as a person now. But why not take it as if it is a kind of jurisprudence? What do you call it? Um, Legal jurisprudence that will improve the image of the law in Nigeria if it is proven that the judiciary as a whole is having problems, and these problems are resolved, and that will move Nigeria forward. It is jurisprudential in my view, because if this matter eventually is resolved, Nigeria will move forward. And those who are using negative influences to influence the court, such that the court has no trust again, they will be careful. And the voice of masses would have been heard, and people would have had more confidence in the judiciary. Even if the Farotimi loses, it still would have achieved the same thing, that look, people have their voice. They allow them to have their say. And all the same, it will move Nigeria forward again. I think, Baba, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ò tó nǹkan tá à ń gbà bí ìgbà ọtí. Let us use, you know, there are serious matters that are resolved politically, political issues, treasonable felony and all that. I will say, okay, we'll resolve it, use political solution. Why not use political solution? Why you say there are matters of that nature that could be resolved, using emotional or social appeal, social justice. Why don't we look at that? Baba, this matter is more than you are taking it. But this is my little candid opinion, if my voice will ever get anywhere. But at least those of you who are sharing it, kindly share it so that we will continue to have our say. Let the law have its way. God bless you. And I pray that this thing will end well for both sides. There will be justice for Dele Farotimi, there will be justice for Baba, there will be justice for the judiciary, there will be justice for the masses. This is the focus. And that is why I said it's a jurisprudential matter that, we need to all look up to, that it will bring about something good. God bless you. I just want to make this point. God bless you. Have a wonderful time. Please share, comment, subscribe as we are always doing. God bless you. And together we shall develop the world better. If it is well with Nigeria, then it is well with the world more. Have a wonderful day.